What's up, disciplined investor?
We got Benzinga CEO Jason Raznick here with us.
The man, the myth, the legend, Tom Nash.
Peter Schiff on the Power Hour with us live today. Interesting, different, unique, innovative companies. Nia, you are live with us on the Power Hour. What's up?
Thank you so much for inviting me on.
Jessica Billingsley, that is the CEO of Akerna, the best trade idea resource out there. Yo, what's up, everybody? Happy Tuesday. That's right. It is Tuesday. Taco Tuesday for some of you. In my household, it's not Taco Tuesday, but that's a change I might be looking to make. Just like some portfolio changes. How's that for a quick off the top start? And of course, I don't need to tell you this, but I'm going to anyway. Let's share the screen here. We are ripping today. We are running to the bank. Check it out. NASDAQ up almost 4%. I don't remember the last time that we had a 4% NASDAQ day. It's been a little bit. There it is. There we go. All right. Almost 4% on NASDAQ. SPY, 2% on the S&Ps. We are cruising. We are within striking distance of those all-time highs. ATH. Let's do a quick little math check. So 394 is the all-time high on SPY. We're at 389, so we're 5 points away. That's 1.3%. So if that's not striking distance, I don't know what is. But what's up, everybody? Welcome. Thanks for coming and hanging out. Another Power Hour we are bringing you guys. I'm going to get us kicked off with a little bit of a preview. And, of course, I'm going to remind everybody what the point of the show today is, which is we want this to be the best trade idea resource out there. The reason we're spending these 2 hours together every single day is because we want to bring ideas, right? I'm going to bring some ideas. Jason's going to bring some ideas. And most importantly, trades are going to come out of Zinger Nation. Zinger Nation, that's all of you out there in the chat hanging out with us every single day. Put in what you're trading. Let's see the stocks that you're looking at today. Let's get those ideas going, guys. Stocks on my radar today. GME, Voyager, Neo, where we want to do all of those. I want to do a lesson on PE. Producer AB said, hey, let's talk about PE ratio today. So we'll hit some PE ratio, not PE private equity. But hey, if people want to do that, we can do that too. 12:30, our first guest of the day is joining us. Jason Curran from Blaze Capital. 1 o'clock, Quiver Quant's coming on. We're going to be talking about trading with some less typical indicators, right? So if we're going to do a PE lesson, that's probably the most typical indicator. And then if we're moving on to Quiver Quant, we're going to do some of the least typical indicators. So that'll be exciting. And then 1:30, Robert Roy, Wealth Builders HQ, favorite of the chat, joins us every single week. Last week, people were saying you need to have Robert on more. Guys, he's here every week, every Tuesday. He joins us. He hangs out. He's going to be getting the ideas going. He's going to be talking us through them, etc. But all right, I've got to do a little bit of a brag to kick things off today. I threw out 2 ideas yesterday. The first one, I said the Bitcoin stocks. It's sort of hard to brag about your ideas when the market is up like it is today, but whatever. We need to warm it up and let the group build a little bit. But I threw out 2 ideas yesterday. First one on Bitcoin stocks. I said Bitcoin is reaching all-time highs. These stocks are still caught in a sell-off, so there might be a little bit of an arbitrage there. It's one we've actually been talking about since last week. Riot Blockchain, 35% today. That 28%. VYGVF, their Canadian ticker is so hard. Another 6% out of Voyager, and we'll do a little bit of a deeper dive on Voyager in a few moments here. And let's see. All right, in the chat, I said drop in the tickers you're looking at today. We're gonna have some time. We'll have time to grab some tickers. So drop the tickers in the chat there. I want to see what everybody's looking at. We'll pull some fan favorites, but of course, let's start it off with GameStop. GME holding the line. Let's see where we're at. Another 25% in GameStop here. There we go. Now there's a bigger chart for us. This is a 2-day move that we're looking at right now. So we ripped from 140 up to 240 on the stock, and this chart looks so beautiful. In the past, what we've seen with this stock is we've seen like it hits 10 a.m. and we just go sideways in GameStop, right? It's like we do all the crazy trading activity early in the morning. We hit that early window and it goes sideways. And I'm telling you guys, I've been saying this for a month now, ever since we had our first GameStop craziness. Maybe it was 2 months ago at this point. Yeah. Wow. 2 months ago already. But check this out. It came true again this morning. I'm telling you guys, it's like that 6 a.m. window is when the stock makes crazy moves. We did break above that high, but check this out. This is at probably 6 a.m. here in GameStop. No, even earlier. 5 a.m. Yeah, is when this stock ripped again. If we look back historically, it's oftentimes these early mornings. We didn't get it on Monday, but a lot of times, more often than not, it's really early in the morning. This thing really gets going. Today, we're changing the pace up a little bit. Intraday, the stock is continuing to move higher. And yeah, that is a beautiful, beautiful chart there. I'm curious. Let's throw it out to the chat. If you are in GameStop right now, you're in the GME, throw me the 1 in the chat. If not, throw me the 2. I'm curious where everybody's at. We will do an update on our chat challenge today. Chat challenge. That's where we're going head to head. We're trying to figure out who is the best stock picker in the chat. We did get a handful of people who put in GameStop as it will be the best performing stock of the week. Those people are spot on so far, and we have a lot of 2s. We've got a couple 1s. We've got a couple GameStop bulls. Shout out SPAC Broker. Lucas in the chat. All right, Lucas, a little bit of my namesake there. They are the only 2 GameStop bulls. Everybody else is on the sidelines there. So, all right, we got a little bit of GameStop love. And shout out BW saying our SPAC show was great, guys. If you don't watch our SPAC show, you're missing out. I mean, we all know SPACs have been some of the hottest vehicles around. Chris Catchy, Mitch Hotch, running that one from 11 to 12 Eastern every single day. But all right, there's the move on GameStop. We're reapproaching these highs of the day here. I'm going to zoom us in. Here's a 2-day chart, 1-minute candles again. We got stopped now 1, 2, 3 times at around 244, 245 in this stock. It's sitting right there. But again, this chart is beautiful. Look at that nice upward trend there. So there's the move on GameStop. Other stocks to talk about. Okay, so I did a little bit of a brag on one of the 2 ideas I threw out yesterday. One of them was the Bitcoin stocks, and they are ripping. The other one, the Chinese stocks, are going today. Oh, there we go. We need another A. We look at our Babas. We look at our JD.com. All of these Chinese stocks that they sold off yesterday, and they are finally moving back up today. But basically, the reason for the sell-off in the Chinese names yesterday was they had the same thing that happened to us last week. Happened to China on Monday. And basically what the deal was they got scared about the tech stock all got hammered, right? They said there's going to be inflation, interest rates are going up, and they dumped all of their tech stocks, turned it around today, and all of China is ripping. FXI, Foxtrot, X-Ray, India, that is the ETF that tracks the Chinese stocks. I don't own really any of them outright, but I do have a pretty big chunk of FXI in the portfolio. And let me ask you guys this. Would it be helpful to go through ETFs one day? So 70% of the portfolio that I own is ETFs. You know, it's a combination of SPYs, small caps, Europe, Japan, etc. It's like a really well-rounded basket of how do we get exposure more or less to global equity markets. And then it's that last 30% is really what we talk about on the show. And we make trades and we do some swing trading and some individual stock picking and that sort of thing. So if that would be helpful, hit me the 1 in the chat. If not, hit me the 2. I don't know. I think it's a good thing to do because it's sort of like responsible and mature. But it's definitely less exciting. So maybe we'll get to that. All right, and then we have to talk about NEO, ticker NIO, November, India, Oscar. NEO right there. Not working out for us, guys. Here, let's zoom this one out. All right, so here's your 1-month chart on NEO, right? Ugly chart. We got asked about it. Yeah, I'll just take you guys through what happened. So we got asked about it yesterday, and the question was, you know, should we get into NEO? My response was the chart is ugly. Wait to see some sort of a turnaround before you pull the trigger because you don't know when the falling knife is going to stop. And then we were having a slow day on likes, and basically the chat made a deal with me. It said, once we get to 150 likes, we're going to take a crack at NEO. It's not working out for us. I will never short a stock like this ever outright. When you short a stock like this, you will get blown up. Yeah, see somebody saying, please tell me you sold the put yesterday. I try to do all my trades on this show. Here, let's click. If we click over to the live portfolio, right? It's ordered best to worst right now. If we go down to worst, I bet that it's Neo in there. We might need to get all these stocks to load. Let's see. I thought I saw it. Where's our Neo? It might just be easier to go alphabetical order. Neo, 51% that we are down on this. And so if there's any other lesson to take away from this, guys, it's don't succumb to peer pressure. Our spy hedges, our spy puts are getting killed today as well. Our bank stocks aren't doing great. I mean, overall, it's tough to have a losing day on a day when SPY's up 2%, Nasdaq's up 4%, etc. So there is the deal there with Neo. And all right, let's keep the conversation going, or let's do a user call. We haven't done a user call yet this week. Why don't we get that phone number up there on the screen, producer Rohan? And while we're waiting on that, let's keep the conversation going on some of the Bitcoin stocks. I'm telling you guys, Voyager Digital. I'm very bullish on this one still, despite the climb. So I guess before we get into the stock, let's look at the chart VYGVF. So here's a 1-year chart on Voyager, right? Absolutely insane, monstrous growth in the stock. But let's look into the numbers and talk about what the company is a little bit. So I did a deep dive this past weekend after we got an earnings report out of Voyager. We basically went through it and updated the thesis. So in short, what the company is, it's a crypto brokerage, distinctly not an exchange. So what that means is they connect to 12 different exchanges, and Voyager makes money but when trades happen, right? When users trade, they try to fill that trade at a better price than they quote the user. So if it shows, hey, Bitcoin is 55,000, they fill it for 54,000, you save $100, you split the difference on the money there. That's how Voyager makes money. So they've got two really important metrics for us to keep track of. The first one is the number of users who are opening and then funding in accounts. The second number to keep track of are the number of trades that those users are making. So let us scroll it in. So we got January and February revenue results from Voyager. They put up $29 million of revenue in the first 2 months of the quarter. Our initial estimate is that they were going to do $40 million of revenue. They did 29 in 2 months. That's up from $3.5 million in all of Q4. So obviously monstrous growth there. And then again, right, we're not going to make money by knowing what already happened. But what's interesting, let's see, trade update. There we go. So we know through the first half of February, they were averaging 67,000 trades per day. And in the second half of February, they were averaging 70,000 trades per day. So that number increased. And let me tell you why that's especially important. Let's pull up a price of Bitcoin here. I'm just going to grab a quick Google chart. So check this out. The first half of February, right, the price of Bitcoin was exploding. Okay, when Bitcoin cracked in price and made that run down from 57 to what the somewhere in the 40s, got down to 45, that's when I was worried for this stock. Because again, Voyager makes more money when the number of trades that they're filling increases. That's how it goes. So I was worried that the second half of February, right? This is second half of February right here. Bitcoin's down 20%. Their trade volume is just going to dry up, and it was going to smoke revenue on the stock. But we know because we can we backed into the numbers because they told us what the average for the full month was halfway through February. They told us what the average for the first half of February was. And so we can back into the fact that trades actually increased during the second half of February, despite the price of Bitcoin falling. And the reason that makes me so bullish on the stock is what's going to happen to that trade volume now that the price of Bitcoin is exploding again, right? We're 20% almost off the highs in the price of Bitcoin here. What is that? So it's 16% off the lows. And so their ads have 70,000 more funded accounts. The price of Bitcoin is running again. And so that more than anything makes me super bullish on the stock. Again, the other catalysts that we have on the horizon, we have the Coinbase IPO. Now we're guessing that the price of Coinbase is going to be worth somewhere from 90 to literally $1 billion, or sorry, 90 to $100 billion. That's going to be a huge a headwind, right? Voyager right now, it's trading at, we have the multiples in here somewhere. All right, so Voyager right now is trading at 9 times price to sales ratio. Coinbase is getting priced at 50 times price to sales. So that's huge for this stock as well. When that IPO happens, it should lift Voyager along with it. And the other thing is that the growth in the stock is insane, right? They went from 3.5 million to my new estimated target for revenue for Q1 is 51 million. So it went from 3.5 million to 51 million of revenue over the course of one quarter, way faster than Coinbase. Again, Coinbase is trading at 50 times revenue is where the IPO is going to come in, whereas this stock is at 9 times revenue. So as you're looking at your crypto stocks, and I'll drop this full link in the chat here so you guys can see it. But this one continues to remain a favorite of mine, especially as the price of these stocks sold off. While Bitcoin is marching higher. So anybody who got into these crypto names with us yesterday, congratulations, round of applause. We are making runs. And again, this is my favorite, my best in breed stock. And we asked this question do we have anybody on the line, Producer Rohan?
No, I was just going to say, we got 620 people here, and not one of you guys wants to call us? Come on.
All right. So if you guys want to dial in, pitch us an idea, give me a break from talking for an hour straight. I will appreciate it. Also, go ahead, smash this like button down here. Let's run that like button up. Because again, we're the whole point of this show. This is the Trade Idea Show. If you want to segment how our programming works, this is it. Shout out Tom Nash, Dungeon Luke in the cut. Not in the dungeon today. They let me out, but maybe I'll go back into the dungeon at some point.
We got a call.
All right, let's throw him on.
Oh, it says call failed. That was
all
disappointing.
All right, call failed.
Oh wait, looks like someone's on.
Okay.
Hello.
We have no audio, Rohan.
All right, keep going. We'll wait for another call.
All right, so we threw this one out but before everybody came in over from the SPAC show. I want to ask the question again. Obviously, headline of the day, stock of the week. Let's pull it up here on the chart. Ticker GME, GameStop. Again, dominating headlines. It's still not up to those all-time highs, but here's a 1 month chart. Beautiful chart that we have. I want to throw this out there to Zinger Nation, all of you out there in the community. If you guys are holding GameStop right now, anybody who's currently in the stock, smash the 1 for me. Anybody, if you're not in it, throw the 2. I want to get a sense of where everybody is at. Tom Nash saying he smashed the like button for us. There we go. And Rohan, people are saying that they're calling the number, but it's unavailable. So all right. But again, I want to see where everybody's at with GameStop right now. If you're in it, hit the 1. If you're not, hit the 2. We're getting a little bit of a mixed bag here. Most people not in it. When we did this the first time, we had literally only 2 people who were in the stock. Now we got to
get you on the show in a second here. Just sorry.
All right, what's up, Rohan?
Take your time.
I think we have someone.
All right, let's hear it.
Hello.
Hey, right here. Can you guys hear me?
We hear you. What's up, man?
Awesome. How you doing, guys? My name's Santiago. I'm watching y'all right now, and I was hearing you talk about crypto and different crypto plays.
Yep.
And
you have
one of the ones that I'm watching. Yeah, I'm watching Riot. It just broke its uptrend funnel, the bottom one. It also broke the downtrend yesterday or after hours. And it's looking interesting. It's something to watch because if it reaches up to the second uptrend funnel, it's going to be going back into the 70s, 80s.
All right, so let me ask you this: what was the level you were watching?
So I entered at 49.16. I'm watching 53 for the break of the first funnel, and the downtrend break and after hours broke at about 42.
Okay, so basically, if somebody's not, you got in at 49, so already up $4. Congratulations. But if somebody's not in the stock now, your price to watch is 53. And if it blows past the 53, then it has room to run. Is that basically the thesis?
So exactly, if it breaks that uptrend funnel, it's going to have a lot of room to run because the resistance kind of ends or the short-term resistance ends at about 56. So that's kind of what I'm watching for the gap fill.
All right, so here it is, guys. Check it out. Here's a 1 month chart that we're looking at. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. But look at this level right here. You see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-ish. 6, 7 rejections right around this $56, $57 range. And then here's the gap, right? We had this big gap lower. So here's the gap that Santiago's talking about getting filled if it blows past this price here.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, I like it.
Awesome. Good talk.
All right, wait. I always have to ask this question too. What would make you get short the stock? Sorry. Not necessarily get short. I don't think we should ever short stocks that move like this. But what would make you close the position?
So I actually got lucky because I entered at 19. I was able to raise my stop loss to a neutral, like risk reward. So for me, I'm kind of just watching it to see if it breaks the uptrend funnel. If it passes the 200 MA and breaks that below, that's probably where I'll exit.
Okay. All right. There we have it. I appreciate you calling in.
Yeah, no problem. Had a good time.
All right. There we go. So, you guys, that's what I'm talking about. That's what Zinger Nation is all about. Again, ideas. I say this every single day up at the top. It's not just about us bringing ideas, right? I'm going to bring ideas. Jason's going to bring ideas, but most importantly, Zinger Nation. I mean, there's way more of you out there who are going to be bringing ideas. I see a couple people in the chat saying Roblox. They're excited for Roblox opening tomorrow. Big IPO. If you don't know what Roblox is, you're not alone. I don't really know either. I know it's some sort of a video game. Here's Google Images. There you go. Yeah, if you like this, it sort of looks like Legos, but I don't think that they're connected. But that one, big IPO that's coming tomorrow. If somebody knows what Roblox is or understands their business well, right, how exactly they make money, because I imagine it's not selling games. I would imagine it's some sort of in-app purchases or upsells or something along those lines. But let's get that in the chat. And I'm going to see this. I'm going to throw this one out here too. We got a lot of people in there talking about the crypto stocks. Drop your favorite crypto stock in there. I sort of went on the pedestal. I took you guys through basically my thought process in Voyager, why I think that they're going to be earnings expectations. I think they're going to open a shit ton of accounts. But drop in there too. I'm curious what are your favorite ones. I see a lot of Riots, a lot of Maras. I don't know if we have any SOS fans in there, but I'm curious what everybody's favorite crypto stocks are. But what's up, Rohan? I saw you pop on for a second.
Oh wait, you couldn't hear me. Sorry. Yeah, so I'm not 100% on terms of like how they make money, but I do have it pulled up so I can talk about that. But I just want to say like Roblox. Basically, I used to play this back before I even had like a good enough computer at home. I'd go to the public library with like my cousins and we'd play there. But it's basically like the visuals are like a really basic version of Minecraft, but it's a distribution platform where like people can make games, not just the company itself. And then I believe it's mostly an advertisement-based revenue model.
So it's been around for a while. Wow, 2006.
Yeah, it's been around forever.
Okay.
Internal ad network.
So it serves ads to kids. Is that the model, or not really?
I mean, yeah, but like any other like iOS App Store game, right? They're all serving ads to kids too. I mean, but
true.
Kids and also non-kids. I'm sure there's. I mean, it's mostly kids that are.
Shout out all the adults playing Roblox.
There we go.
But
yeah, that was my little thing.
All right, I appreciate that, helping us understand the Roblox model. So we'll be watching that one tomorrow, guys. I imagine that it's a NASDAQ IPO. And if so, we'll probably be getting an open sometime around the show. It's possible they could open the stock. Again, when we talk about opening the stock, it's basically all the market makers are lining up and figuring out, hey, what price are we going to start trading at this thing? It's a direct listing. Is it on NASDAQ, Spency? It's on NASDAQ. So there's a decent chance that it'll be open before we get on the show. Of course, we'll look at it. Of course, if it opens while we're on here, we're going to be looking at this thing. Something that I'll advise if we look at IPOs in general, right? Academic studies on IPOs and price movement related to IPOs. Non-kids are weird adults. Okay. Yep. But if we look at IPOs, we look at price movement related to IPOs. More often than not, the price appreciates on the first day of trading, and on average, the price decreases over that first year. So let's even look at Facebook as an example. Let's pull up a long-term chart here on Facebook. Well, not financials. We want to go like 5 years. We might have to go further back. 10 years. Yeah, that'll do it. So all right. So here's a 10-year chart of Facebook. Every single candle on the screen here represents 1 month. And if we look all the way on the left of this chart when it had its IPO, right? You can see that the price shot up from around $30 all the way to, what is that, nearly 50, right? Huge price improvement, positive price change. Then check this out. Over the course of that next year, it slumped. It never got as high as it did. Obviously, it's a behemoth now and a monster. But on average, stocks go up in price on their first day after their IPO, and on average, the price decreases over the course of the first year. Let's look at a high profile one from this year, Snowflake. That was one of the craziest IPOs that we'd seen. Okay, it did continue to move higher, but we had that crazy first day, right? Where look at they opened the stock at $244. It got as high as $321, and now we're still within that 1 year time window. Look at that, it's dropped below where the stock actually started trading for the IPO. So there's the deal, guys. There is our little breakdown of IPOs. And again, gonna run you guys a preview, some stocks that we're going to talk about, some guests that we're going to bring on to our show today. In just a few minutes here, Justin from Blaze Capital is going to be joining us at 1 o'clock. We're going to have Quiver Quant on, and then 1:30, Robert Roy, Wealth Builders, coming on as he does every single Tuesday, dropping some trade ideas on us. Other tickers that I want to make sure that we cover today, Palantir. I've seen a lot of drops for Palantir in there. We are not going to cover any more crypto tickers unless you guys really bombard it. We spent so much time talking about the crypto tickers. Shout out SOS. I asked the group, I said, what is your favorite crypto stock right now? They're all ripping today. SOS, that was, and DPW. Those are two that a lot of people asked about that we hadn't covered yet. So we'll get to Palantir. We'll talk about Stitch Fix and some opinions there. Obviously that one is getting smoked today. And then of course our chat challenge. No Tuesday, no day would be complete if we didn't talk about our chat challenge where Zinger Nation is going head to head. The question this week is, we said, what is the best performing stock of the week going to be? Right? Again, if we're trying to make this the trade idea show, the best place out there to get trade and stock ideas, we're about to look at 100 of them that all of you dropped into the challenge. We're going to see whose ideas are faring the best. But all right, I see our first guest is here on standby. I'm going to pull him onto the screen. Oh, Jason's popping into the background. Jason, I don't know if you want to pop on and say hi for a minute or not, but if you do, you know what to do. But all right, coming to us from Blaze Cap.
Luke, come on. You can't.
Hype video.
Yeah, Luke, you can't just have Blaze Capital come on without a hype video. Let's go. This is big time. I mean, this is big time. What's going on in the market today is big time. This is what we prepared for. We'll talk more about some trades. You didn't talk about Mara, Luke. MARA.
We did talk about Mara. Holy shit.
Did we talk about Mara? If we talked about Mara, press 1. If we didn't, press 2.
We talked about Mara, crypto stocks. Yeah, all right.
Oh, no. Luke didn't say Mara. So, Mara, and what about
we did
Voyager?
Mara, Riot, Voyager. We've only done crypto stocks, basically.
So that's how we're done? Okay. All right. Well, guys, the guest is coming on. That's why you heard the music. And here you go. Take it away, Lucas Jacobi. Let's go.
Here we go.
Austin Henning. Let's go.
All right, Justin. What's up, man? Welcome.
Hey, how are you guys? Really nice to be on the show. Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. What's exciting in your world today?
The stock markets. So as you guys probably know, the stock market's pretty spicy today. We have a pretty strong snapback, and I think that the volatility is really adding a lot of opportunities for people. Just before we start, I wanted to say thank you for inviting me to the show. I know that I've been personally watching Benzinga for a while, and the way that I first got introduced to you guys is through the cannabis space where you guys are hosting those cannabis conferences. So I went down to Las Vegas, and I had a really good time, I got to say. Got to meet a lot of really interesting people. And I got a lot of value out of that. So I got to give you guys kudos for that. Second thing I just want to say is that it is extremely difficult to find YouTube channels which are actually trying to add value. So what I personally find is that clickbait really works. And I really value that you guys are not really going down that path, because it's an easy way to get an audience. But for myself personally too, like we're coming on our 3-year celebration for our channel on March 14th, which is going to be Sunday. And it's been a slow and steady race for us to build up our audience, but it's been really rewarding seeing the engagement we get. So again, I value what you guys do too, because you guys don't really do the pump route. So thank you for that. And thank you for creating a channel that adds value.
Awesome, man. And those cannabis conferences, we're still doing them virtually. I'll drop the link in the chat so everybody can check them out. But I appreciate you bringing it up.
Did you ever come to our Miami one?
I just went to the Las Vegas one. I did not get a chance to get out to the Miami one, but I'm sure it was equally good.
Better. It always gets better a little bit. It's like we're like Benzinga is like a fine wine. We age with time and we get better with time. That's all.
So you're like a fine whiskey or a fine wine.
Sure, whatever. Yeah, just fine. We're just fine.
Yeah. So like, what's exciting for you guys today?
Well, of course, any day where the NASDAQ is up almost 4% and SPY is up 2%, it's hard to lose money. So some of our stocks that got hammered last week, especially some of these crypto names, are running for us. GameStop is, of course, exciting to watch again. So, and we have Roblox tomorrow. We just talked about too. So it's some good stuff this week.
Yeah, everyone's talking Roblox.
Yeah, and so I have to say that it's really interesting where we're at in the market, because we know that we got the stimulus bill coming up. We know we got Jerome Powell coming up on the 17th, which is going to be next Wednesday. And I think the market's really queued up to go a lot higher. So we have a service called Blaze Tips. It's an algo platform. And we're basically getting like an all clear that we're going to be taking a massive higher. I think SPY is going to be going for 400 here. And we're already seeing that start
baby,
today,
all-time high.
Yep. And as we know, the S&P can't rally without tech stocks. So it's really nice to see that tech is participating in the rally today.
Yep, and you threw out the 400 target on S&P 500 SPY. I'm curious, what are some of the factors that go into the algorithm?
It's proprietary, so we can't tell you exactly what goes into our secret sauce, but we're looking for early reversal signals. So when a stock has a major cut lower and then shows signs of early reversal. So as we know, the S&P has been a little bit volatile lately. So with those major cuts down, when it starts to reverse back up, that's what we're basically looking for. So we're looking for deep cuts, early signs of reversal, and then it starts trending up. And as we know, the market's had quite a bit of chop lately. So it's provided an opportunity for us to get in.
Yep, absolutely. And let's hop over to some individual names. What are some of the trades that you guys have made recently? What are some things on your radar, et cetera?
So we have a pretty diverse group. We trade pretty much everything. I think we have about 550 people inside of our Slack community. So there's literally idea generation all day, every day. But the main thing, the way that we got started, we used to be called 420 Capital. So we rebranded to Blaze Capital after we shifted away from cannabis stocks. And it's been very fun to watch the entire sector go. So since we shifted our focus to being non-cannabis, we're really focusing on a lot of tech names. So that would include Tesla, Apple, the NASDAQ, names like Cloudflare. Those are ones that we really like. And then other stocks that are doing really well, which are more boring, it could include bank stocks, energy stocks. And I like to trade the S&P personally, because I feel like I got a really, really good pulse on it. And I track that thing all day. We call the S&P the Niagara Falls. So if you don't know where the Niagara Falls is flowing, if you're going on the wrong side, you're definitely going to get hurt. So some of the big. So we actually some people in our group traded through the GME and AMC, the hype and the big moves, and we've had some people who have made life-changing gains on that. So it's been really fun to see that we have really good engagement and really good ideas being shared. And the best thing about this is that it's not me generating all the ideas. So even though I started Blaze Capital and I'm the founder, everyone in our group really shows up every day to provide really good ideas. And that's what's been really rewarding, is that we've been able to collect people who are like-minded, who are looking to work together and looking to conquer the market, because as an individual trader, everything is stacked against us. We don't have an edge. We don't have an edge for information, for money, or for direction. So by having a collective of roughly 500 people, it's been really rewarding to see how people are presenting ideas and how they're doing well. One specific call out that people have been in recently is IQST. And that was a member-generated idea, and like they participated in a huge part of that move. So they did the due diligence, they liked the stock, and they bought it collectively. So that one's been really good for our group.
Yeah, wow. And I don't even know that one. Let's see. What is this?
That one's. I think that they're like an EV company. I believe they're doing something with batteries, and like they recently had like a news release about they're looking to expand that. So that's one. And then if I have a look over here in the options channel, which we have, I could give you some ideas like what Alan's been doing.
Yeah, let's hear them. We love ideas.
Yeah, I'm just curious here. I'll give you some of the stocks that I like for this week. So I like Cameco. I like CCJ. It's a stock that I've been liking for a long time here, and that is a uranium producer. And I've been tracking that one since it was at about $10. It comes from my home province in Saskatchewan, Canada. Part of the reason why I know the company really well. And the stock has been on an absolute tear lately. So that one's been really, really good to our group as well.
And so when you're saying you like this one, we have a 1 year chart. Maybe we should zoom in. Here's a 1 month chart there. What are some of the things that you're looking for? Like what makes you bullish on the name? Is it something in the chart? Is there something else you like on it, etc.?
I like a few things about it. So they're one of the largest uranium producers in the world. And as we're looking to make a shift towards more sustainable energy, again, nuclear is something that people generally don't like, but it is generally more efficient when you're doing energy. So that's part of the reason why I like it. And then again, with political uncertainty, there's always a demand for uranium. So those are probably the two most bullish catalysts. And then Michael Burry, the famed short seller from the Big Short, he also really likes Cameco. So he came out with a bullish note on the stock and on the sector and on the commodity, and had a pretty nice move higher on his comments as well.
Okay, there we go. Cash register for that one. Ringing it out. We have sounds here too. We got air horns. That's my favorite. It's very mixed in the chat though. Some people love the air horn, some people hate it. If you guys like the air horns, hit the 1. If not, hit the 2. And of course, everybody hit the like. But all right, so this is an interesting one, and it's less of a swing trade, I imagine, and more of like a long-term holding, just based on strength in the sector as a whole, and then this stock in particular.
Exactly. And if you look at the monthly chart, the stock has been absolutely pummeled over the last little while. So it's starting to make a comeback here, and that's what I'm watching for. So like if the stock is able to claim, I believe it's. Let me just have a look here on my chart. I believe it's $16.
When you say the monthly chart, you want us to look at a month or monthly candles?
Monthly candles, please.
All righty. There we go.
So I'm looking for a break back above $18. So if you zoom out a little bit more, I'm not sure if we can zoom out a little bit.
You can go more.
Like all the way back to
here's
like
10 years. Yep.
There you go. So we can break back roughly back above that $18 area. I see a big cup forming. So back above 18 is where the squeeze really starts. And I can see us making movement back up towards, call it like $25 after that. We got the 200-day made to battle with. 200 monthly moving average at about 21. And I think a short-term target would be like about $20 and then 25 for the longer term here.
All right, there we go. Boom, dropping an idea. Cash register
Other
again.
stocks, I have
and
another
shout
one
out to
here
Zinger
too.
Nation. Everybody said they like the air horn. Nobody put in the 2 that they don't like it. I love you guys. Not only you let me do this, you let me use my air horn. But sorry, keep going, Justin.
One of the stocks we really like is I'm going to give a shout out here to Mason, one of my staff. It's Team. So the ticker is TEAM, and they have a product called Trello, which is something we really like using. We use that all day, every day, and this stock has been on an absolute tear. So one of the reasons why I like the stock is because I'm a user of the platform. So I'm a user of the platform. I like what they have, and that's generally what I'm looking at when I look at stocks. I'm generally looking for 3 things. I stole this from Margus Lemonis. He is from The Profit, and generally looking for 3 things. We're looking for people, process, product. If you have the best people, but your process sucks and you have a bad product, it doesn't really matter. So you have to have good people, good process, and good product. And by being a user of the service, I can understand what the business model is and how the growth is going to be reflected in the share price. Another one that I really like right now is Asana. Asana is going to be reporting earnings later this week. It's very similar to Zendesk. They're basically a CRM service, and I think the stock has a lot of potential. It's still a recent IPO. It's making a snapback right now. We still haven't head and shoulders here on the daily chart. But the one that I'm really watching here is
this
Zendesk.
one, I'll say, like Atlassian, we're a customer of that one. Asana, we're a customer of that one. Here's our Benzinga Asana board.
There you go.
Earnings. There we go. Wednesday after the close tomorrow.
Yes. So if you have a look at Zendesk, just for comparison, a company that does a very similar service, the stock has been on an absolute tear. So that's what I think is going to happen to Asana in the longer term. One other stock I can pull up here that you would appreciate is Upwork, UPWK.
Jason Raznick favorite. Here's a nice 1-year chart of Upwork. Beautiful.
Are you shorting it?
No, I'm not shorting this. This is another service that I use. It's where I find some contractors. It's very similar to Fiverr. So this stock is now no longer in my portfolio. I was trading it when it was around the $10 range, and now it's a little bit higher. But again, same thing. I'm comparing it to Fiverr. If you have a look at the Fiverr stock, that one has basically had an absolute monster move. It went from about $25 to almost $350. And again, what I'm trying to just do is look and see, is there a comparable company which has had a mega oversized move higher? And can the company do something similar? So that's why I'm looking at Asana. And again, Upwork, I was predicting it was going to have a similar move to Fiverr. And if you don't know what Upwork is, it used to be freelance. So like freelance.com, where you could hire freelancers to do ad hoc work. And through here, I've actually found my personal graphics designer. I've also found my web developer and some other people for odd jobs. So it's a really good service. And like as we're shifting more towards work from home, that's the reason why Upwork's been on an absolute tear lately, is because they're providing a service that more people realize they need. And the benefit as well is that when you're hiring a contractor, there's no overhead costs. You can hire someone like my graphics designer is ironically in Egypt. So she lives in Egypt, but she's the best designer I've ever found. And she does all of our branding. She created our logo. She helped redesign our website. And that's, so again, a service that I use. I like the stock, and it's making a really, really big move here.
Yes. And I love you. So you just dropped us 4 ideas. 3 of them, Asana, Upwork, and Atlassian, were Benzinga's customers of. So similarly to you. We're not in the uranium stock yet, the CCJ. I hope that we're never in the uranium stock as a customer, but we'll leave it TBD. But yeah, I mean, our experience with Upwork has been equally amazing, right? It's so easy to find amazing people, spin them up. I mean, so some of our longest term builders here at Benzinga have started off with, hey, we need help with the development project, and they're amazing. They love the business, they love the markets, and they just continue to build and grow with us.
We spent over 400 to 500,000 with Upwork, and Upwork used to be Elance, which was Odesk. Odesk and Elance merged to create Upwork. They got rid of the Odesk name. They got rid of the Elance name, which had the best UI back in the day, like 8 years ago. They merged to create Upwork, and now they're really only competition in the game. There used to be Guru.com, which could still be around, and then there is Freelancer.com. Then there's TopTail, which is your more expensive offering.
Yeah, so I think they amalgamated freelance into Upwork, so they rebranded. And again, like if you've ever been any kind of if you run a business and you're looking to hire like people for freelance, like freelance.com has been a really good resource. I think the rebranding really helped them. And I'm just putting this out to people in our Slack group here for some of the ideas that they like. So one of the stocks I've been watching really close as well is DocuSign. The reason why I like DocuSign is because the rate of adoption. So the rate of adoption is going to be a little bit later than what we saw in ZM. ZM is very easy to understand. You click and start a video. You can chat with anybody. DocuSign's a little bit more complicated, but a very strong work from home stock as well. The issue that we have right now getting into tech stocks is that they're a little bit out of favor right now with yields up. So I really like the long-term prospect of DocuSign just because, again, I'm a user of the product. I think that more people are going to realize they need this product as we continue to go into lockdown. And I think that ultimately it could have a similar move to ZM in the longer term, just because it's something you need. Like other reason why I really like this is because if you think about the cost of business to send documents around the world, have people sign them, not get them back in a timely fashion, this gets it done in a couple clicks. So product's a little bit more complicated to use. Just like Slack. Slack is, in my opinion, it's better than Discord, but the learning curve to learn how the product works is a little bit higher. So as people start to be more willing to... Are you saying
Slack is harder than Discord or easier?
Slack is harder than Discord because Slack has... So Slack out of the box...
I have such a hard time using Discord. Call me a boomer.
I hate Discord. I have a personal dislike for it that's strong. The reason why I don't like it is because it's mostly chat based. So I think the reason why a lot of like stock market communities use Discord is because it's free. They're too cheap to pay the it's like $7 per user per month or $8 per user per month, and you get limited functionality with that. So one of the things that I really like about Slack that recently got bought by CRM, which actually our algo called too, is that we can thread. So there's the ability to do threads. And the second thing that I like is that they have an API. So you're able to actually pipe in other services directly into Slack. So for example, inside of our Slack group, anytime someone signs up for one of our services, we get a notification in Slack in our support channel. So I don't have to go check my email. I don't have to know when people sign up. It literally happens right there. We have Stripe integrated into Slack. We also have Trello. So anytime a task is due from our team, I don't have to go onto the Trello board to know whether or not someone completed their task. It's updated automatically. All I have to do is check Slack. So Slack is really our HQ. And we just pipe in other services into Slack, and everyone can see what's happening.
Another one that Benzinga is a customer of, just like DocuSign. And I want to throw this one out to Zinger Nation, guys. This is the battle of the day, right? We've been talking about stocks and opinions, up, down, whatever. The real battle of the day was I see some arguments happening. If you guys think Slack is easier than Discord, press 1. If you think Discord is easier than Slack, press 2. I'm going to be counting this one very closely.
And if anybody's here from Blaze Capital, I'd really appreciate some thumbs up. Let's get that thumbs up smashed here. Come on, we only got 200 here. We got almost 900 people watching.
That's lame. I mean, people are sleeping this week. I mean, last week was tough, right? We had a bad week last week. Everybody in the market did. But I mean, we're having a better week this week. Let's get some positivity flowing. We single-handedly turned the market around on Friday. We were just, we're like, all right, we're getting our asses kicked. We're all just going to smile. And everybody is saying, not everybody, but 80% of the group is saying that Discord is easier to use than Slack. All right. So.
Yeah, because it's free, right? That's why it's free. They're like, well, I'm going to talk up the product that I use. So I use Discord, so Discord's easier, right? It's a pretty polarizing discussion between the two because, again, the Discord group is pretty strong. Like they're very strong advocates. So nothing against them, but again, I got to say that Slack rules and Discord drools. Sorry.
Awesome, man.
Another one I want to call out here really fast is SNDL. So SNDL was a stock that we actually had a really nice move on, but we got out early. So what we were looking to do was try to predict what stocks were going to make it onto topstonks.com or on the Wall Street Bets forum. And there's this website that I found recently called topstonks.com. I'll share that link in the chat here. And basically what it does is that it provides, they aggregate data in terms of what's being posted on Wall Street Bets and on 4chan. And they aggregate that data and basically tell you what are people talking about, what are they buying. So we're not looking at individual posts. We're just looking to know where's the most activity. And what we can note is that when we had the mega move from like GME, AMC, there were some individual MJ names which are doing quite well, like Tilray, Sundial. So that Sundial trade worked out really well. I think some people made up to 1,000% off the options that we purchased. And so what I don't like about Sundial is that it's not a fundamentally strong company. So when I look through the filings, they got some problems. But the saying that we often use is that, would you rather be right or would you rather make money? And I think that a lot of people don't want to ever look at these names because they're like, well, I can't make money on a bad company. Hey, money's money. If you want to get paid, if there's an opportunity that gets presented, then jump in and make the money. It sounds simple, but it's something that's been very difficult to teach people.
Yep. Yes. I mean, sometimes being right feels good, but yeah.
Do you know?
You get your ass kicked, it doesn't feel good. What did you say?
Sorry to cut you off, Luke. Do you know what the stock market psychology chart is?
I don't know that one. Nope.
Just Google it really fast if you don't mind. Google it really fast if you don't mind, because I think there's a really good part we could bring up here because. What I've realized by doing the streams with more people coming on is that people are often falling trapped to the cycle without even being aware of it. You want to click on the one.
You said psychology or cycle?
Yeah, top left one there.
All right, let's zoom this in.
That's if you compare that to Tilray, you compare the original Tilray move. If you compare that to GME, you compare that to GameStop. What I've basically been telling people is that when the chart matches up. You're more likely in the pattern, whether you realize it or not. If you see that, so there's two things I'm looking at here. There's the technical chart, meaning if we go all the way up on GameStop and we had that dead cat bounce and then we pop back up for a head and shoulders, unless we break that shoulder, it's not a buy anymore. And when you're looking at the comments online, what I personally noticed is that it looked like we were getting very euphoric on GameStop around 500. Additionally, the comments we were reading online were very euphoric. I'm a genius. We're all going to get rich. I'm going to put a billboard up on New York that says GameStops, right? So when the actual messages align with where we think we are on the chart, it gives us an unfair advantage. And this is how we were able to help people throughout the GameStop, AMC, Sundial, Tilray. We were basically able to tell them that take a step back and just ask yourself, what are you telling yourself in your head? It's time to get fully invested. It's time to buy more on margin. Or am I going to tell everybody that I'm smart and rich? I'm a genius. And on the later part of the chart, as we're going down, the comment that I've been seeing more frequently than any other one is the one under denial. My investments are great companies. They're going to come back. So we went through an example on NEO last week when NEO was trading at roughly 45. And again, the comments were, well, NEO is a great company. They're going to come back. NEO is a great company. NEO is a great company. That's how they're rationalizing it to themselves. And then they're actually selling when everyone else is selling. So then we get down to panic, right? Shit, everyone's selling. I need to get out. And then where do they actually sell? They sell at the bottom. They sell under capitulation. And the easiest way to explain
this anger one. Who shorted the market? The government let this happen. It's the market makers that are against me. Yes, I love that one.
Did that happen with GME and AMC? Were people asking regulators to step in and do something? I think that happened, right?
I'm not a cat.
So people got angry, depressed. Ironically, when you see the comments online, when people are angry and depressed, that's when you want to buy. It's a contrarian indicator. And the last thing I would just say is that our algo also called GME at $3. So what we're generally looking for, the easiest way to explain this is between anger and depression, you can see that we get an all-time low. So we get an all-time relative low there. That's basically what our algo is looking for. We're looking for a huge move up, some deep cuts back down, but then a sign of early reversal. So we called GME at $3. We called AMC at I believe 2. It went to 20. It called like pretty much all the stocks that have moved substantially higher. And that's what I really found is that people really want to. So when I said people want to be right versus making money, people want to be right and get paid. So they want to buy GME. They're like, well, GME is going to be the next online retailer disruptor, blah, blah, blah. And I also want to make money. So they're unwilling to sell when they should be. And they're having a really hard time. So what our algo tries to do is that we serve up ideas. They're not guarantees, but they're ideas. And as a rule of thumb, the algo has been better at predicting bottoms than individual people. And the last thing I would just mention is that there's something called the drunken cougar effect. So the drunken cougar effect, basically, like you know what that is too, right?
No, I don't know this one, but I like the way that it sounds.
So the drunken cougar effect basically means that you think you're smarter than you are. So beginner's luck in the stock market can actually be a detriment because you start to learn bad habits. You're like, well, I'll just average down, right? I'm losing money, but I'm gonna average down and buy more. And then by buying more, they actually get rewarded for bad behavior. And the reason why that's not good is because the market right now is very fueled by liquidity. So it's a liquidity-driven rally, which means that when things are hot momentum names are going to do the best. But when things start to turn down, those high beta names are going to underperform. And what a lot of people are just not prepared for is actually being wrong. So another thing that we teach and we try to advocate for is to expect you're right. So if you think that a stock is bullish or you think it's going to go a lot higher, expect you're right, but be prepared to be wrong. And then finally, be ready for a surprise. So like going into the close yesterday, everyone's like, oh my God, tech stocks are bearish again, right? Oh, well, yields are up, tech stocks are bearish. They slammed it down. So people bought into the open yesterday. They probably got flushed out into the close yesterday. And now they're probably going to chase it back today. So what happens is that people are not legitimately prepared to actually be wrong in a security. They're just blindly buying. And what we advocate for is a simple 4-step process. It sounds really simple. It's 4 steps. So create a watch list of stocks you want to buy, wait until they provide a favorable entry, validate that they're still actually a good buy, and then make an actionable trading plan, meaning what's your risk reward? If I'm risking $1, how much profit could I make? 10 cents, 20 cents, $2? And a lot of people just don't realize that they're getting into bad trades, meaning that they might be risking $1 to make about 50 cents. So if they're right, they make 50 cents. If they're wrong, they lose $1. And over time, if you just flip a coin, the law of averages is going to work against you, where you're going to lose a lot of money. So the market is difficult. That's what I think a lot of people don't fully appreciate, is that trading stocks is tough. and it takes a long time before you've developed what your edge is. So last thing I'll just mention here is that when people are watching other people on YouTube, myself included, they think that, oh, if I just copy what Justin's doing, or copy what this channel's doing, I'm going to have the same success as Justin. That's not true. The reason why I say that is because we're not all looking for the same opportunities. We have different personalities. And frankly, like we're just not looking at the same stocks. So the analogy that I've used before is like, pretend you're playing football. You think you want to be a quarterback, but when you show up on the field, you can't throw the ball. Well, if you can't throw the ball, you can't be quarterback, but you can still be a football player. So maybe you're going to be a wide receiver. Or if you're not good at offense, maybe you're going to be on defense. Maybe you're going to be a safety. Maybe you're going to be a linebacker, meaning you're going to go short. And like everybody wants to be the quarterback. They all want to be the guy who makes the big trades, makes the big calls, but might not always be the best opportunity for you. One more analogy to try to make this sink in that I've been using a lot lately is so as traders, what we want to have is a tool belt. We want to have a tool belt of tools we can use to try to make money. And if the only tool you have in your belt is a hammer, every problem you see is going to be a nail. Oh, that's a nail, right? You're going to use a nail. You're going to think that everything you have is a nail. You're going to try to hit it. However, if you see a screw and you try to hammer it, well, I think we all know what's going to happen. It's not going to work. So at a certain point, you need to realize that the tool I'm using is not right for the job. I need to get a drill. The drill is going to do what you want it to, but if you don't have that tool in your toolkit, it's going to be very hard to actually capitalize on it. And the last thing, one more analogy, just to make sure I can wrap it up here, is I think what a lot of people are trying to do is they think that I don't have the right broker. If I had the right broker, I would make money. If I only had that one right stock, I would make money. No. The analogy I use here is that people are generally trading options on weeklies. And the analogy there is pretend you've never ridden a bicycle before. So you've never ridden a tricycle, which means it's very hard to fall off. You've never ridden a bicycle, and they're trying to jump onto a crotch rocket, right? Oh, okay, well, I'm going to jump onto the crotch rocket. I know exactly what I'm doing. And what people think is that all I need is the right helmet. So Justin, tell me what color helmet to get. It's pink, right? If I get a pink helmet, I'm not going to get hurt if I fall off. Or I'm not going to wear a leather suit because I'm invincible, right? I'm never going to be wrong. I'm never going to get hurt. And that's a trap that people often fall into. They think that, oh, well, I don't have to learn how to trade stocks. I don't have to learn how to go short before I buy puts. They just think that whatever I do is going to be good because I'm smart, I'm a genius, and I'm never wrong.
There we go. Awesome, Justin. I love it. So you know, the whole point of this show is to get the ideas flowing. So you not only dropped 5 ideas on us, so we also got the market psychology lesson. Tons of positive comments in the chat. So where can people stay in touch?
I have a YouTube channel, so you can find me under Blaze Capital on YouTube. You can also find us on blazecapital.com or on blaze.tips. And we have a free trial on our group if anybody wants to come join us. And we also have a free algo alert you can set. So if that sounds interesting to you, you can head over to blaze.tips and you can set up your free alert. And the reason why we offer things for free is because when I was first getting started in the market, I had so much difficulty. I did not know where to go to get resources. So what we try to do is provide all the tools that I wish that I had when I was getting started. Because like I said, I really struggled. And a lot of people on the internet only ever talk about their successes. They never actually talk about their failures. And what we can do as traders is try to learn from other people's mistakes so we don't make them ourselves. So it's not sexy, but for the long-term viability of your account and being a trader, you need to be aware of where you're good and where you're not good. So we call those blind spots. And by having a really strong community on YouTube and a really strong community in Slack, we're all able to like tell each other, hey, you might have missed this you might have missed this right here. So you think the stock's going to go higher, but maybe you missed this one thing here. So we're able to help each other.
Awesome. Justin, thanks for joining us. Nice having you here on the Power Hour. One more air horn. There we go. All right. And we'll have you back soon.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Couple comments out of that. The first one is, I love the fact that the drill meme is staying alive. Yes, we have our own meme in the chat. The drill speculation. If you guys weren't there on the Kathy Wood day, where we doing 2 hours straight, and then Jason followed up with the Kathy Wood interview, we did a lot of drill speculation. I'm curious if you guys think Jason has a drill, throw the 1 in the chat. If not, throw the 2. Let's do some speculating, not just on stocks, basically where it came from, what was it? You know, we were saying
I
real
don't even know
adults
what
own
you're
a drill.
talking about. Drill meme. I don't have a drill.
Yeah, you weren't there. I said if you weren't there, you missed out. You know, you're getting
Yeah.
ready for your big Kathy Wood interview.
Oh yeah, yeah. Should I bring Kathy on again today? What do you think?
Today would be a good day with the Nasdaq up. Okay, we got a wave of ones.
Just do it. So just do it. Make your dreams come true.
All right, that's a little long,
Just-
Rohan. We don't need to listen to the whole clip. All right, so
Why,
Jason,
why does Rohan do this so long? He doesn't. He keeps them on for 8 hours. You know.
all right, but let me ask you this one, Jason.
Internet
Do you
enforcers.
own a drill?
Wait, why isn't Neil in here to talk to internet enforcers? I went to Neil. I said, "Come into chat. Do I own a drill?" No. I mean, when you say a drill, like a fire drill in my house, or like a drill to screw something in.
If you somehow own a fire drill, that's compelling. But with drill to screw something in, that's what we were talking about. Tom Nash does. We asked all of our
Yes.
guests that day if they owned a drill and if whether or not they qualify as true adults.
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
where it came from.
I'm not that handy, but I hear it has something to do with my background.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
don't get that one.
No, people don't own fire drills. I know. I'm just joking.
Okay.
You know, like I don't know if I'm that handy. You'll have to figure it out what it means, but I'm not that handy. So, Michael Medina, you are hilarious. Okay. So we do have a guest in the thing. So Luke, none of us pontificating today. What's the drill thing though? What were you gonna say?
Oh, we were just speculating whether or not you. So somebody in the chat put Justin definitely owns a drill, and then there was a wave of comments speculating as to whether or not he owned a drill. Going back to our little thing that we did last week. so that's where it came from.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Okay.
No, really.
Okay. I bought a domain Luke last night. I think we're gonna
Okay.
start. I think we're gonna start an NFT site.
Interesting.
Yeah. What do you think?
I am down for it. One of our designers, shout out to Alyssa, she said she's going to make a Jason Raznick NFT card.
Our first NFT should be a Benzinga drill.
We do need some NFT going. Yeah, so we do need some more NFT going, but we do have a cool guest coming on. Alternative data, I would say, is what he does. I think a little bit. Yeah, I'll invite Tom Nash. Tom Nash is my uncle. You know that. Tom Nash is a lot older than me. So, yeah, the NFT site is going to be buy NFT, but it's not up yet. So, Internet Enforcers, you crack me up. You crack me up. Internet Enforcers, Neil Hamilton's supposed to be here to talk to you. All right, Luke, should I bring on the guest, or do you have
Yep,
to go?
let's bring him on. I'm going to turn it over to you, all right?
Yeah, because I'm going to kill you later, so you know.
About what?
Oh, my God. I've never been so frustrated sitting back here.
Oh, okay.
Oh, my God. I don't know what to say. Okay. I don't know. But it's you know, I went to the store and got your stuff for you, and then you forgot the stuff. So I went and got the stuff, and you didn't help and all that, you know. Aaron Bree, I'll buy you pizza if you get 400 likes. I just bought Wingstop for the office. I got to tell someone to get it. Yeah, BNNN, but Benzinga NFT News. All right, I'm going to introduce our special guest. If you're liking the room, share, subscribe. Hopefully, I don't know what Michael Murray is doing on our distribution. If he got the deal done with
Comcast.
Guys, I don't know. All right,
Peace out, guys. Happy trading. I'll be back with you tomorrow.
All right, we're here with James, and I don't have a last name, but it could be pronounce it.
James Karnatsky.
So what? Quiver Quantitative.
Yeah, so Quiver Quantitative.
Yeah, so tell us about it.
Definitely. Yeah, so Quiver Quantitative is a free alternative data platform designed for retail investors. Not sure how familiar you guys are with alternative data. I mean, I guess I heard you talking about it a bit on the show yesterday, it sounds like. But alternative data has really exploded in the hedge fund and professional investing space over the last decade. And basically it just refers to anything outside of traditional financial data sources that can be used to predict returns or predict how a company might be performing. So it covers a really wide variety of areas. looking at everything from, I mean, like yesterday you're talking a bit about like EV sales. That's just one example of like a alternative data metric, but really across the spectrum, like you can track consumer interest through things like following Wall Street bets discussion, like you were talking about with the last guest a little bit. It even goes so far as like some companies have satellites that are just positioned above Walmart parking lots to see how many cars are coming in and out of the parking lots. They can get an idea of how much revenue Walmart's going to be generating in the next quarter. So it's been a space that's really been just exploding over the last decade in the professional investing world. But really, up until really lately, it's been almost completely inaccessible to retail investors or to anyone who doesn't have millions of dollars to spend every year on alternative data. So what we're doing is we're trying to make alternative data more accessible to anyone who wants to get their hands on it. And the first way we've been doing that is through quiverquant.com, where you can sign up, create a free account, and then start using a couple dozen alternative data sets that we've been scraping, aggregating, and visualizing on that platform.
Got it. Got it. So do you have like Walmart like activity right now?
No. So we don't actually, we haven't launched any satellites to start collecting that data. Most of what we're doing right now is through web scraping. So we look at a pretty wide variety of data sources, but the majority of them are sourced through scraping different sites or like scraping government data. That's mainly where we've been focusing so far.
I know one of them. It's like it does scraping. What's his name? He does scraping of a lot of job sites. He scrapes job sites. So how long you guys been around for? I'll think of the name as I'm going through this.
Yeah, we were founded about a year ago now. So February of 2020.
Did you found it?
Yeah. I founded the company alongside my twin brother, who's the CTO.
Got it. What were you guys doing before then?
We were both college students, actually. So we both graduated from UW-Madison within the last year. But I was first really inspired to found Quiver during an internship I had at a hedge fund the previous winter. And that was really where I first was exposed to alternative data and also got a little bit of experience in how to scrape it and how it can be used in the professional setting.
Got it. Yep. No, I used to look at like, Tesla sales using the different whatever they register a car and then scraping. And the one that I kind of helped the guy, he was doing a shared Microsoft Excel platform for investors. So for like when he was working at a bank, I don't know if it was Goldman, they had a problem with sharing their Excel things. So he started this company called ThinkNum, and I just didn't think there was enough I didn't think there was enough users for it, and alternative data I thought was interesting. So he pivoted to ThinkNum alternative data about a few years ago, and I think have you heard of that before?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, a lot of what we were trying to do early on is try to recreate some of the data sets that ThinkNum has been scraping. I mean, they're much more designed for professionals. I don't know like their pricing off the top of the head, but it's definitely the sort of thing that's more used in the professional setting. I'm guessing in the ballpark of a few $1,000s a month for access. So what we've tried to do is like kind of recreate a lot of the stuff they've done, but direct it more towards retail investors and just make it more accessible so that the information's out there for anyone who wants to use it.
Yeah, but how would a retail investor use it?
Yeah, so right now we kind of have two main ways of using our web platform. On one hand, we let people do a ticker search. So like say there's a company that you're already interested in maybe investing in, but you just want to learn more about the company, make sure that you're not missing anything. We let you do a ticker search on our site, and then you can just instantly see a lot of the alternative data sets that we've gathered on that particular name. But then we also aggregate all of our data by data set. So maybe you are just looking for new investment ideas, or you feel really strongly about a specific data source and want to stay on top of that data set and see which companies are kind of the winners and losers within that space. You can go to any of our data dashboards and then just immediately see all of the data that we've been gathering for that company. So for example, with our Wall Street Bets dashboard, you can go on there and then see like a live look at which companies have been talked about the most over the last 24 hours. And then also like input any ticker and see how a single company's mentions have trended over time.
Got it. Okay, yeah. And so you left the hedge fund. Are you done with school now?
Yeah. So I graduated in May of 2020.
Got it. I like corporate flights, but you don't have it. So I'm looking Tesla corporate flights. Okay, I like corporate flights. I used to trade on corporate flights.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I used to trade on it. Okay, let me see. No, see, it's showing me a history of all the different stocks, not just on Tesla.
So
You know
within
it?
the corporate fights dashboard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
No,
So
no,
within there-
no, 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 no,
Oh,
no. On the Tesla dashboard.
oh, really?
Oh yeah, I swear.
Yeah.
Let me do it again. I'm doing it wrong. Let's see. Let's see if I am doing it wrong because I could be. I could be. So I think I may be. I may need to hit enter. Okay. This is a UI thing. I figured it defaulted, but I see what's going on here. Okay. What language is it in? It's a little slow right now for me.
Python.
All right, we got a little slow, but maybe more users are on it. Where are you
Yeah,
based out of?
Based out of Wisconsin.
Nice. That's where you went to school, you said?
Yeah.
All right, now I got it. All right. Now I had a pull up thing. So there isn't corporate flights on that one. That's
So only some companies actually register their jets in their own name. So that's just one of the inherent issues with trying to scrape data on where companies' private jets are traveling to and from. Is that for a lot of these companies, they're like aware that that's something that hedge funds and investors are paying attention to. So they'll either register jets in a different name, or like they can lease jets and just not have it registered in their own name. So I mean, that's kind of an issue with any data source you're looking at, is that once it gets popular enough, it's, other investors become aware of it, companies become aware of it. So it starts to lose some of the information that's contained in there.
Like you said, like the ThinkNum, I mean, they're looking at jobs, LinkedIn, hiring trends, Glassdoor, all that stuff. So so do you trade on it? Do you trade on any of the stuff that you're finding?
I don't personally know.
No?
Yeah.
Wait, Raz, it's producer Aaron. Are you on the site right now?
Yes, I am at producer Aaron.
Can you please share the screen so we can see it?
Yeah, I guess. Why you gotta be so bossy?
I'm sorry. I want to see the site. I'm curious. I can't.
No, I'm just joking. For the people that are gonna complain that I yelled at producer Aaron, I'm just joking, guys. You guys gotta.
Well, hey, Raz said he'd buy me a pizza if we get up to 400 likes. So
I did. I just ordered like $300 in Wingstop. So are you in the office today?
No, I'm.
Oh, can you see it? Can you see it, James?
Yeah.
So what should I look at on this Tesla page?
Yeah, so I guess just starting from the top, in the upper left there, that's our political beta metric. This is something that was super relevant around the November election. Obviously isn't as relevant now that it's several months came and went. But what we're looking at here is basically just assigning a number for every company to see how it could be affected by different election outcomes. So basically we're looking at the correlation between changes in the political, or in the basically betting markets on the election, and then within stocks price changes, to see like whether certain companies were going up when certain presidential candidates' election odds went up, and whether certain companies' stock prices were dropping when certain presidential candidates' election odds went up. So just basically a good way of making sure that your portfolio wasn't overexposed to political risk. If like one candidate won, that you weren't going to have all your stocks tank. And also a lot of people have pretty strong opinions about who might be winning an election. So it's also a way that you can start making some trades based on, how you might think that the election is going to turn out.
Yeah, but I don't necessarily know what that means, like positive versus negative.
Yeah. So I guess you can see here, if you want to zoom in a bit, for each candidate, we looked at the correlation between daily changes in their election odds with the daily changes in price. So if there's a positive number next to a candidate, it indicates that there is a positive relationship between those two events. So it means that if this candidate wins, the company would have been more likely to perform well, and if that candidate lost, they'd have been more likely to perform poorly. So once the field narrowed down to two candidates there, you can see Biden and Trump. Those numbers are just inverses of each other. So in Tesla, there's a slight positive correlation between that company's stock price and President Biden's election odds. And before the election, it would have obviously been more useful, as you could start like planning for like how your portfolio may have performed under different election outcomes. We're planning on obviously rebooting that during midterm elections.
Got it. Okay.
The next presidential.
So I can see a lot of things to utilize with your site and your tools. We should talk offline. I could see a lot of things that can make people's lives easier. So this is the number of mentions on Wall Street Bets of Tesla. right here. Is this what you're saying?
Yeah.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah, so if you go to quiverquant.com/sources-Wall Street bets, you can actually see our Wall Street.
Will you say that faster next time?
Yeah. Oh, quiverquant.com-sources-Wall Street bets. So this is actually our Wall Street Bets dashboard here, where you can see all of the data that we've aggregated from the Wall Street Bets forum. So as you can see, over the last 24 hours, GameStop's just completely dominated the discussion. But then also AMC, it looks like, has been uptaking a little bit just over the last couple hours. And then you can also put in any ticker at the top there to see for a specific company how the mentions have trended over time.
All right, let's do ticker RKT. RKT, and I hit enter.
Yeah.
And the enter doesn't work, so now I got to hit this. Okay. Oh, it does work. All right. So here we go. RKT. So what does this mean, sir?
Yeah, so the columns there indicate how many comments mentioned that specific ticker within the time period. So it looks like, is that mid-2018, there was just a huge spike. And then recently...
2018, I think you mean 2020. What, 2018? They haven't been around since 2018.
Too small for me to see here. What is that? Oh, mid-2020. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So
back in September. You don't know Rocket?
No, I haven't followed it very closely, no.
Oh, I'm gonna have to get you to learn the markets, man. You got to know Rocket if you're gonna be playing in this game from Wisconsin. You know, we're Midwest. We're nearby you. Let's go. Come on, James. I mean, I know you're young, but I'm gonna have to wild you up, and you're gonna have to look at these companies. Yeah, come on. Let's go. Okay, so I see people were speaking a lot. March. I would like to change. Okay, so here's the data here. Okay, I can change the trend here. Okay, that's cool. Double click to zoom back out. All right. So this is when it was mentioned a lot. Boom. And on the sentiment. So are you looking at the negative sentiment?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we also calculate, or we have a way of trying to measure whether it's positive or negative sentiment for each comment. So if you zoom back out there, you can see like kind of a trend line showing whether there's more positive discussion about the ticker or whether it's like more negative discussion.
Let's see.
So you can see recently over the last week or so, it looks like it's taken a dip for the worse in terms of sentiment.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I see that. Okay. I don't know what that means. All right. Let's see. Industry baskets, EVs. All right. Mentions. All right. So you guys like the scraping. They like the scrapings. They like the scrapings. All right. So this is a new company, about a year old. Are you bringing some revenue in now?
Yeah, so I mean, everything on the web platform is completely free, but we also do have an API where if you want to tie directly into the data feeds or maybe start building an automated trading strategy on top of them, through our API, you can pay
is anyone doing that?
Yeah, so right now we have about 100 users on the API. So it's a mix of individual investors along with some hedge funds who have been interested in tying into these data feeds. And then we're also working on some enterprise partnerships. So, for example, if like a trading platform or like a brokerage is interested in bringing this data to their own platform, our API allows them to do that.
That's good. That's good. I'm giving you a ka-ching. All right, well, dude, come back more often and let's talk. Let's talk more. I think there may be offline we can talk, and there might be something we can do with this.
Yeah, sounds good.
Absolutely. So thank you. This is very cool stuff. I like how you have it organized. Very good. You're how old again?
21.
That's what I'm talking about. You were doing this before you even had a drink of alcohol. So
not quite, maybe.
Almost. Okay. All right. Well, guys, splash the like for James from Quiver. Awesome company, cool alternative data. Aaron Bree wrote a little thing. We can talk about the history. I think all that stuff. So, yeah, awesome stuff. Check it out. Check the site out, guys. And QuiverQuant.com. So thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Jason.
Yep. Okay, guys. Cool little platform for sure. Check that out. I gotta answer some of my trades. We're up a lot on Tesla today. I have some calls. I have that one put that's down a lot today, but I have like 6 calls, so those are up a lot. And then I still own a lot of that stock, so that's it's going. I'm sorry. I'm giving internet enforcers a hard time about his man crush, but I'm just kind of joking around. It's not with this guest, so just go with it, guys. Here, too bad Jason couldn't join us for the interview. Yeah, exactly. Internet enforcers. We'll talk offline, sir. Right now, it's free. Jason West. The site is free. So Quiver Quant, you can get the API and pay, but going to the site is free to check this out. You can look at flights, you can look at flight patterns. You know, if you're watching us on the YouTube channel, if you type into YouTube Benzinga, Benzinga, slam that like. Yeah, look, see March 7th, some Costco representative took a plane somewhere. And so that is something. So yeah, I love it, guys. Everyone say Internet Enforcers man crush. That's what you got to say. All right, now I got to go show you my accounts, what I've been trading. I guess I have a meeting with Zoltan at 1:30. I guess we're going to do it live on the show. Are we doing it live on the show? Hold on, guys. I'm sorry. I'll play some music doing it live on the show. All right, let's talk about the markets. Let's get in the markets real hardcore right now. Let's close that window. Let's change the window here. Okay. Okay, here, let's go. Aaron Bree fell asleep, guys, by the way. It's kind of funny. He was working and he fell asleep. So, I'm
here.
Oh, okay. Aaron Bree, my account is up the most I've ever seen it in one day.
Oh my God. What is moving big for you today?
Tesla's up $100.
That's a big day for Tesla.
$100. So that means, I'm up a lot of money.
You and Kathy are probably both happy today.
I also have one put. So that one put that I have of Tesla is for my hedge is not. I should go look at what that is doing.
Oh, Raz, I got some news for you.
Go.
We're at 402 likes. It might be time to pull up the Domino's app.
Jason closing his OnlyFans. Okay, yeah, get the Domino's app. Use my credit card. Cha-ching. Okay, Zoltan said it's in the calendar, guys. So this guy, we're having a meeting about what he's going to do here in the future at Benzinga, and he has a call with me at 1:30. He set it up a Google Meet.
Well, that's fine. We got Robert Roy coming on at 12:30. We can just at 1:30. We can just hand it off to him.
So we should trick Zoltan to think we're doing it live with everyone here. This is like his future here. It's like, put a whole thing together, and I'm just gonna tell him to come join us here. I'll order you guys pizza. Who wants pizza? I'll order pizza. I'm just writing. Let's just do it here. Go in the chat. Let me know when you have the chat open and you have that. So guys, when Zoltan gets in the chat, everyone say, Zoltan, so what do you want to do at Benzinga? What's your future here? I'll tell you when he's in here. Okay, guys, help me out on this one.
Let's just tell him we have to do the meeting on StreamYard today for a different reason and get him in the StreamYard.
I don't like saying the name of the thing, but okay. Sure. That's a good idea. But then I'm gonna have to give him a code, right?
No, not on the platform that we're using right now.
No, I thought you did. Okay, maybe I don't. All right, so I can give him a link.
Yeah, just a link.
All right, I got to show the guys my account for today. Who wants pizza? I'll get pizza for whoever wants pizza. Let's go. All right, so here's what I got today, guys. The markets are moving. The markets are moving fast. I mean, you know what? Let me just show my freaking account. Like, who cares how much dollars it is? This is just like a sub account. Eric Caston keeps sending me ideas. These guys just keep sending me ideas. Here's this account. Ready? I'll share with you guys. You ready?
Oh, my account's looking good too, Raz.
Well, yeah, your account, because you copy whatever I do.
I know.
Why?
No, I have some plays that I'm doing on my own. Right now I have calls on Scott's Miracle Grow. I love it.
How are those going, Scott's? I like that one. That's a good play.
I bought them yesterday and they went down yesterday, but then today they're up a bunch. I'm up almost like 20% on the calls after they went down a bunch yesterday. So they're doing decent.
All right, here we go. Here are my plays. All right. Okay. Zoltan, are you here? Let's see if he's here. Are you in the chat?
We got Robert Roy in the chat.
It goes on at 1:30, right?
Yeah, we got a couple minutes.
Yeah, I'll hand it off to you to hand it to Robert. You got to hit my special guest thing. Okay.
Got it. Yep.
Hello. So okay, so those are my holdings, guys. So Tesla, look, 195% today is from the calls. Upwork, obviously. I picked up some more shares at like 39 or 41, whatever it was. I sold some stuff. I bought some more of this VISL. That is an Atlas play. I don't know, but I bought more of it. I own some of it in another account. API was down to 52, so I picked up another like 100 shares. Okay, Zoltan is let me see. Zoltan is in the do you see the chat? So he's here. Zoltan is here. So guys, interview Zoltan about what he wants to do here. Zoltan's in the chat. Okay, so I picked up some more API. BCRX, I didn't sell. It's a Viv favorite. I didn't sell it. Curaleaf, another cannabis one. I have not sold. There's Zoltan, guys. Zoltan Sarani. He's the one interviewing for position here at Benzinga. Hey, I bought MGNI yesterday. Why did I buy MGNI? Was that like I bought it. You guys told me about it. Or someone told me about it yesterday. I bought it yesterday. Do you guys know why I bought it? I have no idea. I sold my Inseego at 10 or 10 and a half. That's just because. Voyager. Oh, I did not know KPMH. There's a 13 G.
Wait, Lucas, we have biotech buzz today with Vivi. We'll talk about it there later this afternoon.
Yeah, Zoltan. So Zoltan, see the questions. They're here to Zoltan. Please answer the questions. Our 1:30 call got changed to right here.
Zoltan, what do you want to do at Benzinga?
I like Dan P. He said it's like trade desk, and that's what Ripster gave. I bought MGNI. Actually, I wrote a note in Pro to log my notes. Here, let's see. Yeah, did Zoltan answer anything yet?
Well, we asked him what he thinks he can do at Benzinga, but he said he's been working here a year.
So should I bring him on live? How can I bring him into the thing live? Right
I sent him the StreamYard on Slack. Or sorry, the link.
Zoltan, come on. Are you on? We have another guest that we have to go to in a second, Zoltan. So we gotta get you on, Zoltan. Okay, look at this, guys. Oh, look at Big Commerce is moving today. Hold on, I'm gonna go to my watch list. I don't see Zoltan. Robert Roy is waiting. He's probably getting mad at us, but he does not get mad. He's a nice guy. Hold on, I gotta just do this one thing. I gotta share my watch list.
Oh, here's a good question. Zoltan, explain a time when you have been faced with a time crunch and how did you handle it?
Okay, so here is my watch list and here's my notes. See, I bought MGNI. ENG, where's MGNI? Right here.
ENG was a Jack Hurley. Oh, you have it in your notes. You have it in your notes.
I bought it because Alex pitched Josh Brown Me and Josh Brown host a Clubhouse Shark Tank on Fridays, and I bought MGNI connected TV advertising. Yeah, baby, up 17% today. I got to send Josh Brown a text. That's crazy. Crazy. That's hilarious. That's great. Love it. All right. So Fridays at 3 p.m. we do this show, Clubhouse. Up 17. Okay, so is Zoltan here or no? Did he answer any questions?
He said he can't join the StreamYard right now.
So you have to cancel our meeting?
I think he might send Chris Kache as a replacement for the meeting.
Okay. All right. You want to go introduce the next guest? Do you know how to do it?
Yep.
Do you know how to like hit the thing, like special guest, the thing?
Yep.
Zoltan says one moment. I don't know what,
Well, let's get ahead. It's 1:30 now. Let's bring on our guest.
Yeah, because if he's not here,
we have a special guest. I'm going to play the intro. Let's roll it.
Go ahead.
Robert, how you doing? You're our special guest.
Hey, I'm doing great. And yourself?
Good.
Fantastic. How's market treating you guys today?
Well, the market's good today. It's been a big bounce back day for Nasdaq and the QQQ and all that after a couple rough days.
Huge day, yeah. And the Nas has been getting crushed the last little bit. We've had some nice little moves today. Bearish trades that I was in, we stopped out of one of them today for sure. But the other one we're still holding on right now. But we only have one contract left in each of them, so we're okay on those.
Okay. Are you all set up to share your screen with us, Robert?
I am.
All right.
I put on the glasses where I could see the computer.
I don't see see it in the stream here. Oh, there we go.
Yep. Let me go ahead and do it. Let's see.
There we go.
There it is. Okay. There it is.
Beautiful. And I'm going to have your link that you sent me pinned in the top of the chat. So anyone watching that wants to, see Robert's link, it'll be pinned in the top of the chat.
Perfect. So S&P 500 today, huge bounce, really nice move on the SPX. We broke above this blue zone here, or this area of strength or resistance as you look at it, but we got into that 38.89 level, 38.90 up to 3900. We're right in there now, just slightly above. I'd love to see it close above that 3900. We've got a nice bullish bias overall on our moving averages. So the market itself is setting itself up perfectly. A couple of great trades I've talked the last few times on here, guys. We've talked about GameStop. I went ahead and did it last week. We brought in the $35 puts last week on GameStop. For this week, this expiration, let's see. If you go to GME, the $35 strike for this upcoming week. Let's try that again. There we go. So you got the 35s, and yeah, you look at this, you say, oh my goodness, how far away are we? Exactly. We have tremendous protection on this. What did we pull it in at last week? 24 cents. We got the $35 puts at 24 cents. Right now, they're at 2x3. That's a good thing for those of you that are unfamiliar. I sold the put. I didn't buy it. I sold it. So that means I'm expecting the stock to go higher, or at least stay above 35 come this expiration Friday. And when you look at it, I needed very little cash in order to do so. And you pull in 24 cents, it's basically doing nothing. We have not broken $35 since the Reddit stuff happened with GameStop and has driven it up. So it's been a really nice setup for us. I've traded this over and over again. I really would prefer to do the 20s, but we can't get any premium for it. So this is where we're at right now, is the 35s. If you're looking at next week, a little far away to do it. But if you're looking at next week's, just to give you an example, I'd still be looking at those 35s again. And right now we're at 29 by 32. So you can get 30, 31 cents right now is what you can take in premium for just about 2 weeks of having to have an obligation on that trade. So nice setup so far, right? So that was GameStop. Next, today I did IQ. Actually, let's do it here. Next, we did IQ. All right, let me see what that is. That's my trade station going off. Just an alarm I had triggered in there. So IQ came on for our covered call list this week. Covered calls and naked puts. I sold the put on it today. What do we do? 24.5. Put is what we did today. So we are protected all the way down here. We have got a ton of room that this can drop, and we're still good. And the worst thing that happens is, instead of me buying it at 26.5, someone can make me buy it at 24.5, and they paid me. Right? I'm not sure about you guys watching, but I would much rather have somebody pay me to place the trade than me having to pay for it. You guys agree? Put it in the chat if you do. Let me know. All right. So IQ number 2, right? Great looking trade. But I really wanted to talk today about some of the longer term things we're doing. This year has been a very interesting year. We've had a lot of, we do 2 different types of trades, swing trades and day trades, all of them on options. And one very specific system. We follow the exact same set of rules every time. We take the trade. We're usually, buying calls and puts is all we do in that system. And we've been relegated to a lot of day trades this year, which isn't a bad thing, but I like the swing trades. Day trades are great. You're in, you're out. It's a quick hit. You're not carrying overnight, but you really miss those massive moves. To watch to take a Google trade in the day and to be up, 12 grand is awesome. But had you had it for 5 or 7 days, you could have been up 40 or 50 grand in that same trade, right? So the swing trades have started coming back a little bit as we shifted over, and the market had consistently started going to the bearish side, right? let's see. And you look at, we go back to SPX. Let's get a little closer view. As we had this overall bearishness kicking in, perfect, right? Life was good inside of there. Now we're starting to shift, right, in here. But we still have, I've got 2 open positions right now. Oh, let's do this first. Got 2 open positions. And guys, we scale out of our positions in this system. We don't take these trades and take a singular entry or a singular exit rather. So on Apple, we took a bearish trade on March 3rd. Stock price was 124. We did 4 contracts. We're D for bearish, right? Here was our first exit, was on 3.5. We got out of 2 of our 4 contracts at 120.5. And we got out of 2 more on 120, 1 more on 120.5 as well. So we're at 819 is our total profit on that one to date. Right, and PANW was our second one, and I'll share the charts with you guys in a moment. But PANW, we took our 2 exits. We got in at 353, and these are bearish, right? So we want the stock to go down. Yes, you can make a lot of money when the stock goes down. We took our first exit when we hit 347. We took our second exit when the stock hit 338. So we're up about $2,100 this right now on these 2 open positions that we have. We've added a few others yet, which I will be going over tonight with my group as I go through the analysis on these. But right now, for year to date, we're up $306,000 on this system that we trade. Same 20 stocks. We do it over and over and over again every single week. Twice a week, I go through and I do the analysis for it with a video. And here's every trade we've done. I mean, they're all here. You can see January, February, March. They're all there. We've got a fairly high win rate on them. But there are some ones that go against us. And there are a lot of day trades in here. A lot of intraday trades in and out, right, on the positions. But if we go back and look at Apple, we took a bearish trade on the 4th, right? Where was that? Right here, right? Was it 4th? Let me see. Let's make sure it was 3.3. My bad. 3.3, which was right here. We took the bearish trade off of that moving average fail. We pushed down, retest, fail, and there was our first exits. I mean, it's been wonderful. Great overall moves, right? And PANW has not been any different. PANW, we are probably going to get stopped out of our last contract today, but we got in on the 3rd. We took 1 exit here. We took 1 exit here, and we should get stopped out. I'm thinking today will be our last contract. We'll get taken out. Still at a better price than we entered the position at. Overall, the system has worked extremely well. All right, a lot of great moves for us in there. So, and then there's a couple of them for you guys that are looking. What are we looking at next, Rob? What else? Right, where do we go from here? Well, you got Amgen. I'm looking at recoveries now. Excuse me. Looking at recoveries, let's go back to a little bigger picture here. Okay. We had this nice pull down, this nice bearish move, right? We've failed and came back up. We had a nice play today, a nice move today up. I'm looking for us to get back above this blue line, which puts us up above 231. Give me above that blue line, and there's an opportunity up to, so that's 231 to 236, about 5 points. Will you hit it intraday? It can move $5 a day. That's its average right now, right? But my home run one is Google, Googl, right? Now I don't trade Goog, I trade Google, right? It's just the way the A and the B share is working, or whatever other share it is. But right now we're in a bullish bias. We're above our moving averages. All I need the stock to do is get above that 30.63. And we're looking at 31.45, about a 70, 80 point, whatever the number is. It's too late in the day to start doing math. My brain's already fried. Whatever you got from 063 to 145, it's about 85 points, right? There's a nice opportunity, and it's not like we can't do it. We've been there within the last month. It is very doable, right? So how's that one for you? Still here, Jason?
I'm here. Producer Aaron's with you. I think Raz is dealing with some serious business right now.
I got it. He's managing his trades.
Yes, sir.
Completely understand.
So we're looking at Google right now, right?
Yeah, this is on Google right now. Yep. This is on Google. Great candidate if we can close above the 2063 level. That's the key. Don't get sucked in until you get that close above 2063. What if we miss it? Then you'll get another trade another time. Don't chase it. Don't go after it. Don't get crazy on it. You can do this, right? You don't have to chase stocks to be a successful trader. You can do it without going nuts with doing things like that. All right. So Aaron, we talked earlier a little bit, and guys, the system that I teach is pretty straightforward, right? It takes a little bit of work digging into it, and that's the link that Aaron put into the chat. Special for you guys, you're going to have to find it because it's not listed on our page. And what you're going to do is go to that link and you scroll down to the bottom of the page and you'll see quarterly subscription. We're not listing it on the referral page, and I'm giving you guys, you have to click on that link, and inside of there is a 2-week trial into the system that I just showed you that we're up over $300,000 this year in the SIM account that we're using on it. So if you're interested in learning exactly what I do, there's hours of training inside of that portal that you can get access to, and it's all free for 2 weeks, right? So take advantage of it. If you like it, great. If you really want to be an options trader, guys, this is what you want to do. You want to get in there and learn how this stuff works inside and out, right? And come this Friday, right? It's this Friday, Aaron, let me make sure. Yep, this Friday, 2 to 2:30, I'll be doing an options show on Benzinga for Benzinga starting this Friday. It'll be an every Friday deal, so make sure you guys check that one out.
Yeah, I'm excited for that, and I know I'm gonna sign up for that link because I do trade some options as far as like from a very rudimentary standpoint. Like I'll buy some calls and buy some puts, but I really don't feel like I have a great understanding of how the different spreads and I guess different option strategies work. So I want to learn more how to deploy those.
Yeah, options are a great system. I mean, I listen to you guys. I watch Jason and Luke talk and some of the positions they have, and I know Luke does and Jason some options there. But there are some real key things that I'm going to be teaching in the Friday show to really get a good understanding of how to take advantage of these things. And we're going to try to keep it simple. We're not going to do these crazy 7-leg delta neutral strategies to try to make 4 cents, right? We're going to do strategies that have a high probability, a high reliability, and high repeatability.
Got it. I see someone in the chat was asking for the link. It's pinned in the top of the link or the top of the chat. It
Correct.
says Robert's power option plays. Just click that link, and as Robert was saying, you scroll all the way down to get that special deal.
Yeah, take advantage of it, guys. It's we don't offer it all the time, so because I was coming on today, I figured we would go ahead and throw that out there. Listen, if you like what you see, awesome, then you stick with it. If you don't, you got 2 weeks of education of really quality stuff of what we do, and start to learn 2 really good trading systems: intraday and swing trades.
Beautiful. I love it.
Awesome.
Well, do you have any more tickers you're kind of looking at today, or walk us through? Do you have time to do that?
Yeah, I mean, I've always got plenty of tickers. I mean, there's always plenty of stocks to look at. Here, one of the services we offer, we talked about this once before, is some of the covered type position stuff that we do, right? And some of these have already made their moves, right? So you've got Alcoa in here, right? They already came back down to the moving average today and bounced. It was a great opportunity on Alcoa today. Watch it for the 8. See if we can get a pullback in there. It's a $29, $30 stock. And on Alcoa, I think we were getting about 3.5% for the month of set it and forget it, walk away, right? Let's see, Ford. I know Luke has got a bunch of Ford, right? We talked about this when I came on last Monday, which was the what was that? The first? Right here. So right there, I talked about it for a covered call in there. If you did the trade there at, $12, right? Look where you are now. You're at 1262. You rented it out. Someone's got the right to take it from you. If you're not in, look for the pullback to the 8 and the bounce, right? There's always trades to be done. You know what it takes? It takes a little bit of time, a little bit of work to do the calculations to figure it out. Is this the right one and why? But you need a system, right? And that's the biggest problem I see with our own students, that have been doing this for years, that they're very haphazard with it and they're not focusing on the right entries, the right management techniques. Now, I want you to write something down. It's 4 words, okay? Number 1 is identify. Write it down, identify. Number 2, enter. Number 3, manage. And number 4, exit. 4 simplest words in the world to think of or talk about. But the most complex thing you'll ever do is build a system that is successful around those 4 pieces. Some have part of it, some have a different part. Very few have been able to put them together where they're able to do it successfully. And that is, we call it strategy creation system, SCS. It's a systematic approach to identify, enter, manage, exit, all with a series of rules. Everything we do has a series of rules to it. You should not be trading without it. McDonald's would never open a business without a business plan. You guys shouldn't do trading without a business plan either. All right? What are you thinking, Aaron?
Oh, sorry, I wasn't on the stream. I'm thinking that, I mean, or I got to take this Ford thing out. We're not looking at Ford anymore. I'm still trying to learn, I guess, some of these, because like I said, I only have experience buying the put contracts or buying the call contracts outright. No experience, like lending out shares or doing an option spread or anything like that.
Yeah, so we'll get into that on the Friday show. We'll get into how that works, but I really want you to look at it as you're renting out your stock. That's really what it is.
So you would do that if you are pretty confident that a stock's going up and that you wouldn't mind owning that stock, or when would you do that?
So if you own the stock and you're looking to collect some premium on it, then you could potentially rent that stock out. If it was a stock that you said, I've owned it for 30 years, I've got massive capital gains, should I rent it out? No, because it could get taken away from you. That's not what you want to do this with, right? So if I'm looking at IQ as an example, right, as one of the stocks, I have zero issues. We did the naked put on this. We did the 24.5, but we would be selling probably the 27, right? Dollar strike on it. So if we bought the stock at 26.5, we go to IQ. If we bought the stock at 26.5, we would give someone the right to buy it away from us at 27. For that right, they would pay us 45 cents. So let's make it easy math. You bought it at 26.5 and they're paying you 50 cents. So someone's going to pay you 50 cents while the stock is trading at 26.5 so they can take it away from you when it's at 27. Okay. I mean, how bad of a deal is that? What is that? 4%? 3%? 4%? 50, no, something less than that. Maybe 2% on that. And that's for a week. That's actually for 3.5 days. We're at Tuesday. Right? So you're doing this, Aaron, with stocks that are either A, are in a small trending up, or B, they're in a sideways move. It could be C, you've owned them and now they're kind of rolling over and going down a little bit. Another opportunity to do it as well.
Got it. Yeah. And I think that's what, a lot of people kind of want to learn how to use options as sort of how to hedge their existing positions. For instance, in the last couple of weeks, we saw a lot of people that took like 20% hits to their account and stuff. And if you have some of these different option strategies ready to go in your account, then you can kind of minimize that loss. Is that correct?
Correct. So we teach a strategy. I teach a strategy in our highest level group of how to manage their long-term positions. Instead of mutual funds, how to use SPY with protection and insurance policy in case it goes down, and a way of renting your stock out at the same time. And if you look what happened when the markets came in and have crashed over and over again, 2008 in the last year, I have students that are, when the market's going down, they're up 8 and 10 and 12%. And I have others that when we saw the massive corrections, they're only down 3 or 5 or 8% in their portfolio compared to the massive bloodletting we had in the S&P. So there are ways of using options for income. There are ways of using options for hedging if the market goes down. There are ways of using them for long-term growth. I mean, how about this? Never again do I want you to buy a car, Aaron. I want you to take the down payment for the car. I want you to put it into an account. And I want you to do a strategy called a credit spread. And that strategy will, potentially generate you an income month after month that you just pay the car bill off every month with what you make in the credit spreads. And you're only going to do it on one symbol. That's it. I'm only going to let you do it on one symbol. Wouldn't even let you choose which one it is. I'll tell you which one it is. It's on the Russell 2000, the RUT, R-U-T.
All right. I like it. I'm actually in the market for a new car right now. So instead of buying the car outright, you're saying I just pay it monthly, but use the money I'm generating from my option spread to pay that monthly car bill.
Right. From potentially from that trade. Exactly. And it's one trade. It's a set it and forget it. Walk away.
Got
That's
it.
all it is.
And that's your like proprietary system that you have set up, or is
It's not, the rules behind it are proprietary to me, but it's not a system that I created. It's basically an iron condor is what it's called, but it's not proprietary to me. I can tell you if you follow my rules, on average, you'll make about 40% a year on average with it.
yeah, so I guess so. Like I said, like I don't know. I have experience just trading option or just trading the puts and the calls and stuff. But so the iron condor, that strategy, that's basically, is that something you would want to use if you're not expecting the stock to move a lot?
Well, so if you're expecting the market to make drastic moves one way or another, you would back off of that strategy.
And that's
Correct.
when you would maybe employ more of like, they call it a straddle strategy.
Well, if I think the market's moving a lot in one direction, I'm just going to buy a call or buy a put. I'm just going to take that pure directional trade because that's where the biggest bang for my buck is.
But don't some people say, so say that they see like an increase in volatility and maybe they buy puts and calls on both sides, saying either if the stock moves a bunch either way, they can make money that way?
Correct. Either a straddle or a strangle, depending on what it is you're trying to accomplish. But yes, you could do exactly that. But it's a matter of understanding the value of the options that you're not getting ripped off. If you're buying into the wrong options, if your options are too expensive and you don't realize it, right? Because market makers price those options out where you think, yeah, this is the right trade, and the options pricing is off, and all of a sudden the event happens. The earnings come out, the news comes out, whatever it is. The Fed is not raising rates, they're raising rates, whatever happens, and that stock stays right where it is, but all of a sudden the volatility of the options shrink, and where you had an option you paid $12 for and the stock has done nothing, that $12 option is now worth $6 or $4. And nothing happened. It's called a volatility crush. So
Got it.
If I think we're moving in a direction, I'm going to stay away from the iron condor and I'm going to just do a directional trade, which means buy a call, buy a put, pick a direction, use the strategy creation system, identify, enter, manage, exit, follow the rules. And if the trade goes against you, yes, you'll have trades go against you. This year, I think we've got about a 77% win rate on our trades.
Got it.
23% of the time, the trades went against us. That's okay. I'm fine with that.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, I think that makes a lot of sense to me. I think as someone who's kind of newer in option trading, like just learning those different strategies and how they have practical uses. And I mean, like the way you explain it with the car, that's just, it makes it so practical that it's something that I find so interesting, because basically every big investment firm and hedge fund uses options, right?
Sure.
So my thought on that is just if someone managing $1 billion is using options to kind of like hedge their portfolio or generate more cash, whatever it is, then why wouldn't, smaller traders want to use them too? Which I think that's kind of the purpose of this, right?
Exactly. Aaron, let me ask you a question. You're familiar with the company Dell, right? Dell, Dell?
Yeah, they make computers, right? No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. I know Dell.
Yeah, you're right. And that's what everybody will tell you, that they manufacture computers. Well, if you look, I think it was a Wall Street Journal article a few years back. Wall Street Journal article, 1 year, Dell made $3.1 billion selling computers. They made 3.7 or 3.8 billion, I don't remember the exact numbers, selling options against their own stock. So what does Dell do? They trade the market. They do computers as a hobby.
Really? So right now, Dell generates more from trading options than from.
They did in that 1 year. I don't know what they still do, but you hear things like share buybacks, right? Why would they not be writing covered calls against their own positions? Why would they not be hedging their own positions? And you get into a whole different set of rules when it comes to insider trading when you start talking about options too.
Interesting.
But the point being is big companies use options all the time in their trades, in their management. Got
it. So when sometimes when you see like some of those big inside trades, like someone, it says like Michael Burry buys $30 million worth of calls on Citibank. That are they talking about the notional value of those calls?
So no, they would be talking about what they invested in the trade.
So those that $30 million investment could potentially be worth 100 times that if they exercise those options.
Correct.
Got it.
And a big part of it is that, remember, all these big shots, all these executives, I don't want big shots the wrong word. All these executives have shares. That's part of their package usually, right? Because if they get shares as part of their compensation and they can grow the company, they would have a much greater value, right? Well, when they are at the point of, do I sell my positions? Do I, when they get out of the holding periods, right? If they're not obligated any longer, that's when you'll start to see a lot of calls being sold against their own positions if they really think that it's a good deal. Instead of just taking the profit on it, why not rent it out every week, every month, right? And just pick up, for someone like that, if you're dealing with a couple of million shares and you pick up, 1% a month, you're looking at 12% a year on top of the growth of your position. Right? I'm looking for 3 to 5% a month on my covered calls. That's a minimum for me.
Because let's say if you get 3 to 5, let's go on the conservative side. If you get 3% a month, that'd be 36% over the year. That's pretty strong, right?
Correct. And that means rule of 72 says I can double the account in 2 years.
In 2 years, right? Because that rule says if you get 7% a year, it's in 10 years, you'll double your account, or vice versa. If you get 10% a year, you'll double your account in 7 years.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. And it is dollar cost, not dollar cost. Sorry. I lost the words there. It's compound interest. That's what it is. It's a compounding effect. That's why you're getting that increase. You just keep reinvesting the principal and the profit, and that 72%, when you average it out 36 and 36, it becomes 100% after that 2-year period of time.
Got it.
You're really bad and it took you 4 years to double your account, or you're really, really bad and it took you 8. And I'm not saying anybody will or will not double the account. Just trying to set the table here of this is what options can do. I can use a lot less money. I can take smaller risks, and I can trade the companies like Amazon. When someone looks at this and says, okay, it's a $3,000 share, I'll take 2. You can go out and buy options on Amazon for very inexpensive comparative to the stock price.
Yeah, I mean that's another thing that's fascinating is that you can spend $300 on an options contract for a stock that's $3,000, and well, I don't know if you can get an option for that cheap on Amazon, but either way, you can. Yeah, it's a way to get in the door with a company that maybe is a little bit too expensive. So last thing, we have like 1 more minute. Can you go to the site and show our chat what you're saying about scrolling down to the bottom of that link?
Sure. Let's see if I'm logged in. I am. So that link will take you. I don't have it open on this screen here. So that on this computer. So that link will take you. Actually, that's it right there. Whoops. Whoa! Stop. What in the world happened? Okay. So you go to that link. It'll take you to this page. Scroll down here. Click here where it says quarterly subscription. Doesn't say anything about a 2-week trial. Scroll down to this. And it'll take you into a form, and you'll see it right in there.
Awesome. Beautiful. All right. Well, thank you for joining us today. And then, like you mentioned, we'll see you again on Friday at, 3 p.m. Eastern?
Let me just check. I wrote it down purposely so I don't forget. It's 2 to 2:30 we're doing it.
2 to 2:30 on Friday. We will see you then. All right. Coming up next, we have a crypto show. But, yeah.
Thanks, Sam.
Yeah, no problem. I'll talk to you in a couple of days, Robert. All right, y'all. I'm gonna have to end this stream. We got our crypto show coming up, so please stay tuned for that. We'll be talking some cryptos, NFTs, all that stuff, and yeah, enjoy the rest of your